pliers, that's what's needed. Hello, welcome to a new vlog. Yes, it's another really lovely day, unexpected. It's VE Day, the bank holiday Friday, and we're gonna have a barbecue in a minute. But I thought I should try and fix the canopy for our little patio area. All of the clips have broken. I'm just gonna have to close these up with some pliers. Didn't quite manage to survive all the storms or the wind that we had over the winter. Yeah, I thought I would give you a little bit of a patio update. Yeah, our patio is looking a bit tired and a bit sad. I know one of you asked for an update because we completely transformed this area 2 years ago, I think, but the rug that we had down has completely disintegrated. We need to completely pack that away and sweep up all the bits, and I've ordered a new outdoor rug, but that will be coming in about a week or so's time, I reckon. And then I want to give it all a bit of a spruce up, but it's a bit difficult when we can't get to a garden centre, so some of the pots are looking a little bit bare, or at least a little bit weedy, so I need to at least have a go at making it look a bit neater. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Hope you're all well. And no, I haven't cleaned up since the last barbecue. Do normal people? We've just raised a glass to all who served in the Second World War. It's always so important that we remember them, and for all armed forces and everyone that helps and all the nurses and everything. Yeah, it's important. So I'm quite pleased with my archway so far. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day though because, well, I'm a bit tired out now, and also it's the sing-along to We'll Meet Again soon, so I want to be finished for that. So yeah, and the next stage is to dig a really deep hole to put the bottom in. So I think that's a job for tomorrow, and I'll have to get everyone out here to help me lift up this archway and plop it in place. And fingers crossed it will stay together. The big planks are rotting. I don't think they're going to last very long, so I want to have the willow in place to replace it as the planks rot. Look, I have had a breakage here, so I don't know how sturdy that bit's going to be. I mean, the good thing about willow at the moment, while it's still a bit bendable, is that it's going to be flexible, so hopefully it will go into place.
That's on there. Yeah. Really? What was he doing? Singing? Was he? Oh.
Hello everyone, I have an unboxing for you. I'm doing what the proper bloggers do, although this wasn't gifted to me, which is a shame. I can't wait to open this box, and I wanted to show you as well, so I thought, why not, let's put this in the vlog. I've ordered myself a new chair. Let me stand up. So this chair, I need to crouch down because I haven't got the tripod in here at the moment. So this chair was originally, do you know what, I really can't remember where this came from, but we didn't buy it new. It was definitely from an office clear out from somewhere. And lately my bum has really been aching in it. So I think I have squashed all the cushioning out of this chair finally. And although I find it, this sort of design here, which is designed for good back support, which I have found really good, and I also wanted something pretty in here. I'm going to be doing some more photos in here, in this room, because I want to, did I say earlier in this vlog, or it might have been in the last vlog, how I want to sort of update my Instagram for threads of a fairy tale. I think it was looking a bit samey and it wasn't getting a lot of engagement, so I'm going to sort of revitalise the type of pictures I put in, and rather than just putting in pictures from our photo shoots, I thought I'd include some more behind the scenes stuff, if you like. So pictures in here basically of me sewing or getting the clothes ready. And so I don't want a tatty old chair torn bit in the corner, and I know why this is torn in this corner. It's because I sit on my left foot, so with the new chair I'll have to be a bit more careful with that. But I'm not going to be putting this together right this minute because earlier on today it was really hot. It was lovely, but too hot to do much, whereas now it's really cooled down, so I'll probably go outside and carry on with that Willow archway. But also Chris has been cracking on with the van, and he's got to a point where he wants me to paint the ceiling, so I need to get a coat of that up today to dry overnight and do another coat tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm just going to show you the colour for now. Oh. Oh, doesn't it look pretty? Oh, I really like it. I hope it goes together nicely. Yeah, I'm really starting to think about the aesthetics of this room. You know, it's mainly been about practicality and what we can afford to do and whatnot. So yeah, I will of course report back in this video about how well it goes together and show the finished thing. And I'll put the link below as well, because it just came from Amazon, and I know Amazon is not my favourite place to shop at, but at the moment it's pretty much the only place you can shop at. I will be putting that link below, and it will be an affiliate link. And I think I have decided, I've been doing YouTube now for 5 years, I've been blogging for 16 years, and I've been doing Instagram for, I don't know, about 5 years as well. But my audience is still small, and I don't in any way consider myself an influencer, and I don't really want to be an influencer either. But I wouldn't mind trying to earn a little bit of money that might cover the time it takes for me to make these videos. So I'm thinking from now on I might actually start doing that thing that people do, where I put a list in the description below of things that you might see in the videos. By the description below, and I think some people don't realise this, it took me ages to realise this, that you don't see the whole description unless you click the show more bit. You only see the first 3 lines, or 2 lines perhaps if you're watching this on a phone. So you do need to click show more, and then there's a whole load more information under there. So that'll be where I'll be putting the links for things that you might see in the video, or if you're interested to know what camera I use, that sort of thing. I think I'm going to start putting that in there. So if you're interested in purchasing those things anyway, I would really appreciate it if you'd use my links, because then I just earn a small little percentage, like 1% or probably less than 1%, but it's something, isn't it? And it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just like a thank you from the company for to help you find the thing that you might need. So yeah, please do start checking out those links, I'd appreciate it. Right, I had better go and get on with this ceiling, because I think we're gathering with the kids a bit later, watching some telly, having dinner together. Oh, it was such a nice barbecue. It was such a lovely day yesterday. So yeah, we ate our barbecue, and then we just carried on just sitting there for the rest of the evening. It's sort of typical, isn't it, that we're getting nice weather for bank holidays for once. We never have nice weather on a bank holiday. We can't go anywhere, but we make the most of it at home. We were very lucky. So we just sort of relaxed. Well, me and the kids did. Chris got on with the van conversion. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop chatting and get on with it. Well, today the weather is completely different. Sadly, I've just gone and covered up the outdoor cushions. It's just started to rain. The wind is horrendous, so I'm not going to be continuing with the gardening. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if I explained, if you didn't know, Chris and I are converting a minibus into a camper van, and that's keeping us quite occupied in the weekends. So we've been doing that all morning. Oh gosh, it's later in the day than I realised. I'm going to attempt to put up that chair. Wish me luck. It says 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm going to put on a podcast, and if I'm not done within an hour, I'll have to go get help.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, I did it!
It's lovely. Well done.
Should I sit on it?
Yeah.
I'm really nervous.
It looks really nice. Well done.
Thank you.
You did that quite quickly as well.
What time is it? So yeah, 40 minutes. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Matches your dress and top.
Oh yeah. Not quite the 10 to 15 minutes they say on Amazon, but never mind. I have to say, it looks lovely. It is comfortable. I think I might need a cushion. I need to have my back upright. Yeah, really pleased with it as it looks. I think I'll report back later to let you know how I get on with it for the rest of the day. I'm going to be doing some photoshopping, I think, today. Trying to do some fancy effects on some threads of a fairy tale photos. And also I did a TikTok today. I did a TikTok this morning. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a vlog yet. Yeah, I have started on TikTok. I have joined the youngsters and I haven't done any of the dances yet. It's not like I'm averse to that. I just don't have the time to learn all the dances and memorise the wording. Maybe I should try and switch off from work for a bit and do that sort of thing. So far I've done some very mini videos, like I've used the footage that I recorded for YouTube for the sewing videos, and I've done mini versions, which if you're not on TikTok, I've also put in my Instagram stories in the highlights. I think it's called mini videos on the Threads of a Fairy Tale Instagram account. So if you want to have a look at those, if you can't be bothered to watch the whole, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of my sewing videos, I'm going to start doing little 1-minute versions on there. Yeah, so if you're on TikTok, do go and follow me. I'm just Helen Hobden as usual. Some of the things are really quite fun to watch, so if you haven't been on TikTok yet, you might enjoy it. It might be worth a try. It's quite funny. Lifts your spirits in these times. I've been a bit down today. I think I'm just overly tired from doing all the campus stuff, and I've just been a bit busy, you know. Okay, I'm going to try and relax for the rest of my Sunday and just take it easy. Hello again everyone. I feel like every time I'm videoing lately I have to apologise for the drumming in the background. Yeah, she's drumming again. So sorry if that's distracting. So yeah, I have some news. Chris has coronavirus. COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. He's got it. We realised, well, the night before last, it came over really quickly. He suddenly felt very unwell and really got the shivers, and he was just felt really cold to the touch, really cold. But of course he was also boiling hot at the same time. We sort of waited to see what was going to happen yesterday, and he eventually admitted that he did have it. He's got all the symptoms, the temperature. Yesterday he was coughing, not coughing loads, just, you know, but that dry cough that they talked about, and feeling out of breath. This morning he seemed better, but he's got worse again this afternoon. So of course that is quite obviously worrying me. You know, you go through all the possible scenarios in your mind, and it's all a bit difficult, but we can't do anything other than see how this plays out. At the moment, me and the kids aren't showing any signs. Rain had a bit of a sore throat yesterday, but that's gone. It will be a miracle if I don't get it. I mean, we were lying next to each other the night he became ill. So hello Lyra, you can say hello. Yeah, so that's my news. I can't believe it. Boris announces we can go out and about a bit more, and then this happens. So we are now completely locked in. So I'm distracting myself this evening. It looks like it's got quite chilly. It's been really surprisingly warm today. So I've been waiting for it to cool down a bit. I've got my jumper attached to the cat claw. Hang on. Wait a minute, Lyra. There we go. Yeah, so I'm afraid, I hope you don't mind, but it's going to be another gardening time lapse. I'm determined to get this willow archway filmed. The rain helped me lift up this archway. Oh my gosh, I think I've gone a bit too high. It's ridiculously high. I'll show you in a minute, because Rain's going to have to come down and help me now put it back down again so I can finish it. It's actually quite sturdy as it is. But now, having seen how tall it is, there is just no way that once it's up, I'm going to be able to do anything to it, because we're not going to have a ladder tall enough for me to get to the top of it. So I'm going to actually cut down another willow that we've got in that garden. anyway that could do with a trim, and use stems from that and just weave it in and out and just give it a bit more support. So that's my plan. I said I was going to give you an update on our patio area that we made a couple of years ago. Well, we had an exciting delivery today. The new outdoor rug has arrived. I haven't unpacked it yet, so I'll show you that in a minute, but I will also get Rain's help to move the patio furniture so I can get the old rug out. Anyway, oh god, I do ramble in these things and it takes me ages to edit. It was a lot cheaper than I've seen any other outdoor rugs, so we shall see how it will actually, what it will actually be like. I hope it's not going to be too garish. I don't know, it'll be something anyway to make it look a bit nicer than just having old rubbly concrete on the ground underneath our feet outside there. The cows are coming, I better not leave you there. Well, that's that done. Well, that looks better, doesn't it? I'm really pleased. I'm pleased with the size because, of course, you're never quite sure. If something seems a bit cheap, then it usually is for a reason. I would say the reason probably in this case is that it doesn't feel like an outdoor rug to me. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, I think, was it in this vlog? I do start to lose track. I will put the link below in the description if you'd like an outdoor rug like this one. They do other colours, you don't have to have bright purple. With the grey of the furniture, I think actually that looks quite nice. Matches the cushion in the corner. I was going to spruce all this, the plans I had for this evening. I've got some little fuchsias, which I managed to get in Tesco's a couple of days ago. I was so pleased when I saw them. I've been looking every time we've gone in Tesco, which hasn't been often actually. We have managed to get click and collect most weeks for our shopping. We've only had to do a couple. Oh, we've got company. There you go, you can look at the cow instead of me. Oh, no comments please. Yeah, I was really pleased to find some bedding plants, that's what I was going to say, because we haven't been able to get to the garden centre. Now garden centres are open and I can't go out to go plant shopping, which is a shame. But I'm happy with, I like fuchsias, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to put some of those in the pots. So I might plant some seeds in these pots as well and just see. There's no harm trying, is there? There's no harm to see whether they'll germinate. I think the packets are a little old, but better to try than just leave them in the cupboard for another year. Don't eat my poppies, please. What are you going to do? You don't even eat them. You just pull them out. I don't think you like the taste of poppies. You just pull them out and you spit them on the ground. Anyway, I was saying, but I'm already a little bit tired actually. So I don't know. I might just take it a bit slower. I had all these plans of everything I was going to do this evening. I think for now I'll just give these plants that I do have some watering because we haven't had a lot of rain at all recently, just a lot of wind. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. I just wanted to show you this rose whilst it's in the most, actually it's starting to be past its best, but oh my goodness, isn't that the prettiest rose you've ever seen? That's that David Austin rose I showed you in bud. It looked like that in the last vlog. So we've got to tie that up because at the moment it's just, oh no, look. Oh no, look at what just happened. Oh no, I feel dreadful. Oh no, luckily, oh. Okay, I'm not going to touch it anymore. Good job I showed you just what I did. But luckily we do have a couple more in bud. So I must tie up this climbing rose so that we can actually see those flowers properly. Oh, there is still so much to do. These have been looking pretty spectacular too, these big pink ones. And then I've got this awful one that just clashes. It clashes with itself. It comes out orange, turns a sort of salmon pink, and then eventually it goes like a purpley pink. It's the bizarrest rose ever. So I'm definitely going to cut that right back and dig it up when it stops flowering. I'll be honest, I say that every year, but I mean, it's the best flowering rose we have. But we inherited that from the previous owners, and yeah, it's not my favourite. They did have a little bit of a, I don't know, 1980s gardening style, I suppose. But I'm not going to just throw it away, so I'll have to just find somewhere else to plant it. Hello everyone, I've come outside for this update. Oh my gosh, the bull is staring right at me. Sorry, I got distracted as soon as I start talking to you. Just a little bit distracting. Okay, so, well, firstly I wanted to say, I don't know whether it's because I'm feeling a little bit delicate at the moment anyway. I felt a little bit emotional reading your comments on my last vlog. I really don't say this often enough, but I can't tell you how much your comments do mean to me, and I don't thank you enough for it, so I'm sorry about that, but I do appreciate every one of your comments, so thank you so much. And you left such kind things on my last video, my last vlog. I've just uploaded it last night and we're looking at all the comments today. Yeah, it was really kind of you, so thank you. I know, I do appreciate that. You know, you could be doing anything with your time and you choose to spend your time with me, so thank you. I really do mean that. Thank you a lot. So you probably want an update on Chris. It's 6 days since his symptoms started, so I think 5 days since we realised it definitely was that. Yeah, he's not doing very well at the moment, I have to say. He's still getting fevers and chills, headaches, and the cough has got quite a lot worse. So of course it's all very worrying still. I'm not going to finish this vlog until he's better, so hopefully I can tell you that he's better, and fingers crossed still no sign, touch wood, of me and the kids getting it. I really hope Chris gets better soon. I suppose the next few days are quite crucial as to whether he manages to shake it off, but trying to stay positive. He seems a lot better in himself now, but he seems a lot sort of clearer in his mind, I think. I'll talk to you about it a bit more, I think, maybe when it's all over and he can tell me a bit more about it. I mean, I haven't actually seen him. I'm obviously asking him how he feels, but I don't really know all the details. Okay, so yeah, that's all my update is for today. I've had a busy Zoomy day today. I'm doing the Janet Murray Build Your Online Audience programme for Threads of a Fairytale, and so that was that was an hour and a half Zoom call earlier today. Then I had book club Zoom, and this evening we've got choir Zoom, and I've got a funny story to tell you about choir. I'm almost too embarrassed to tell you. Yeah, so you may wonder how we do choir on Zoom. Well, we actually just, what is that in fact? Oh, it's the cushion drying. It rained last night and I left all the bloody cushions outside, didn't I? Yeah, so we just listened to our teacher Emma, and everyone else stays muted, and we sing along and we can see each other singing, which is all a bit funny and a bit weird, but it keeps us refreshed over what we learned before the lockdown. And it was so embarrassing. I had to restart my computer, so I was 15 minutes late coming in. The first time I joined, made sure I was muted. The second time I joined, I forgot, didn't I? Oh my god, I could have died with embarrassment. I wouldn't have minded so much if I was singing the same part as the teacher, but I sing alto or tenor sometimes, and she was singing the soprano part, and I know I'm awful. I can't, if I'm listening to the wrong part, I go completely wrong. And so I mean, I could never sing a harmony with standing next to a different person. I could never do that. Oh my god. So I just know I was awful, and I was so embarrassed about it. And so last week I didn't actually go, I was too embarrassed. But I think this week I need to face it, and that's on in 10 minutes. So I better go and go to the loo, have a drink of water and get ready for that. So yeah, I will actually go this time. I always do that. I say I'm going and then I ramble for another 10 minutes. Well, I'm standing in the same spot as I last spoke to you, but it's been a few days, and I'll be honest, the most scary few days of my life. Just to give you an update, Chris got really, really bad, and I knew he was scared, which made me scared. So yeah, I'm a bit tired now because I spent a couple of nights just watching him, checking he was still breathing, and with the phone on my lap ready to dial 999 at any second. I am very, very relieved to tell you that he is now pulling through. We're definitely over the worst and he is now in recovery. But oh my god, I knew it was something to worry about when he was talking about telling me my passwords, telling me of people who could help me with my website, all the just in cases, you know. So he's now getting better, thank god. And I have to say, it was much more emotionally draining than I realised. Yesterday and the day before, I just sort of spent sitting outside looking at the view and just drained, just doing nothing. I suppose I'm tired as well, I need to catch up on sleep still a bit. But yeah, it's difficult to, I'm not gonna talk about all the symptoms and everything here. I might write a blog post because I think it will still be helpful. It's still being spread around the world, you know, and I think people are getting much too complacent much too quickly. So it might be helpful if I write everything down, because there are things now in hindsight that, you know, I might have done differently. Really, he probably would have gone to hospital a lot sooner if we'd had, you know, simple things like we didn't have a thermometer that worked. I had one from I bought one when the kids were small, but it didn't work anymore. So we realise now his temperature must have been at a very dangerous level. I mean, he was quite sort of delirious at some point. But actually that bit wasn't the worrying bit. It was the bit when the fever was starting to not be so bad, but the breathing then became so bad, and that was the scary bit. Anyway, yeah. Me and the kids have one more day till we can go out of quarantine, till we're sure that we didn't catch it at the same time as he did anyway. I mean, that's an absolute miracle. I think I might have said that already, but how we didn't catch it, I have no idea. So yeah, fingers crossed, me and the kids are all right. It's just weird, it just shows you, as I said before, we were so careful anyway. We're quite cautious with things like that. We've not had, you know, we certainly wouldn't have visitors and any of that sort of thing. It's bizarre that he caught it so easily, and yet me and the kids didn't catch it in the same house as him. He must have been contagious a lot longer before, you know, before we realised he had it, and he was, until we shut him up on his own. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's move on from that. That's a big relief. And oh my god, it's such a relief. Yeah, it was frightening. So let's get back to the garden. My willow archway is now completely brown, and when we moved it, we realised how ridiculously tall it actually is. I'm going to untie some of these bent bits, and hopefully it's still supple enough to try and sort of bend over on itself a bit more. And now though, let me take you over here. Now that bit is complete, this middle section is the next bit to tackle, and we have this willow here that's got quite thick, so I'm actually going to see if I can get in there and saw down this thickest section here, and I'll probably cut down this branch here as well, and then I'm going to use that in the archway to strengthen it even more. Oh look, I need to deadhead my roses already. Yeah, since I last showed you around, I've got more roses. I've got this really pretty peachy one here. More of that delicate, beautiful, soft pink. I mean, that's just perfection in a rose, isn't it? And it smells pretty too. And then I've got more of this rose that, I'll be honest, I wish I didn't have here. Yeah, that there's a lot of deadheading that needs to be done here actually. And there's another rose at the back there. Let me zoom in and show you how dainty this one is. I mean, that's quite pretty. I don't normally like ones that look a bit artificial, but that one is quite pretty. But I think this has happened before. I've got to go in a couple of minutes for my choir Zoom session, so I haven't actually got very long, but I'm going to try and get that willow down first. Hello. I'm so close. Oh, but I can't seem to get through that last bit.
Comes up away.
Hello everyone, we are back indoors for a change, but it has been another beautiful warm day. So I have to confess, I have not been doing work indoors very much. That dress has been sitting there very partially made for quite some time, and of course with all the stuff going on with Chris, I've just not been able to get in the right mindset. And also I couldn't sew, I didn't want to sew in here because the bedroom where he was resting is right above, and there is no sound insulation around this whole house, so it would have disturbed him upstairs. So not much sewing has been going on here, and I'm afraid that course you might, I don't know if you're waiting for it, hopefully maybe one or two of you are, but that course that I mentioned that I'm filming is delayed. I've changed my mind over what I wanted to do, and I've struggled to sort of focus on it, because as soon as you put more importance on something it becomes more difficult to do it, and I've been procrastinating a bit. For the last couple of days, I admit, I've just been, I mean, you know how lovely our view is, I've just been sitting here just looking at it. I mean, I get to see a bit of it outside this window as well as outside, and I think I'm just a little bit sort of shell shocked. It's all sort of sinking in what was close to happening with Chris, and just, you know, digesting that emotional upheaval, perhaps is the right word, I'm not sure. Just sort of getting over it really, just sort of flicking through magazines and staring into space, just taking a couple of days to get, and also catching up on sleep. So I've not been getting up until about 10 o'clock in the morning most the last couple of days, at least that. So yeah, I wanted to show you something because I went on Amazon to cheer myself up, and one of the things I've been thinking about lately is mixed media art. Now I know you probably know about my Threads of a Fairytale Etsy shop. That is my business. I also have a hobby Etsy shop which is called by Helen Hobden, because I couldn't think of a better name, and I do some mixed media things on there. In the past I've done quite a lot of book covers. I've done handmade books and done sort of mixed media book covers, but I've only sort of dabbled mainly in paper crafts. Okay, the battery died, but I'm back. So the magazines I've been looking at are, these are all really old issues. You know, I'm a hoarder of magazines. Oh, let me down a bit, that's a bit better. Cloth, Paper, Scissors. I don't even know if that magazine is still going. Stamper's Sampler from America. I think most of these are from America. Craft Stamper. I think that one was a British one, and Somerset Studio. Those are the main ones that are giving me all the inspiration. Plus I've been on Pinterest a lot, and I've got a really good Pinterest board of mixed media. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, then I'll put the link below to that Pinterest board so you know the kind of thing I'm talking about. So yeah, I want to give that all a go again. So you might see some of those videos coming up soon, hopefully. Just me having fun and experimenting. I don't want it, they might end up in my Etsy shop, but I don't really want to put too much pressure on them. And I'll probably be incorporating pyrography, which you can see plenty of on my Etsy shop as well, because that's mainly what's on there. Back to what I was saying, I went on Amazon to cheer myself up and this is what I bought. I thought I may as well show you, you might be interested. So I bought 2 pots of texture paste. One is opaque matte texture paste, and that's from Ranger. So the description is for building dimensional textures with stencils and more. And I also, this is from Finnabair, I don't know how to pronounce that. Also texture paste, but this time in Copper Crackle. Dense permanent metallic copper paste which provides an antiqued cracked effect. Yeah, so I like all things distressed. I also bought, this is so unlike me, I very, very rarely buy full price craft supplies. You will see a couple of hauls coming up. I think I might have mentioned them on my birthday from right back, yeah, in the middle of April. I did treat myself to a couple of eBay buys. So we've got 2 art hauls coming up. Yeah, I am in an arty crafty mood at the moment. It's something to do with the weekends, isn't it? While we can't go out anywhere really. So another thing I bought is mini ink blending tools. I see everybody on the YouTube videos using these to edge the papers. I've always in the past just used the ink pads to colour the edges of paper, but the effect is so much better with these. You can tell that it is, so I just succumbed and I bought myself some. And lastly, a pack of artist palettes. I bought these mainly to use with the texture pastes to scrape over stencils, and yeah. So there, just a mini little haul, just 4 things. Right, now I'm going to go and get changed and do a little bit more in the garden. How long have I got? Not long before bedtime. I always leave it so late. I very rarely go out in public with my hair tied back, but it's been a really hot day. And I know I'm not out in public, but you know. I've never known a spring this warm, and I'm really annoyed because we keep getting a forecast saying that oh, this nice weather's over, it's going to start raining. So I think one day I didn't water those new fuchsias in the pots, and I think I've killed 3 of them, but there are signs that it might be reviving. But let me show you the progress on the garden. So the willow / wooden archway, gosh, there's a really loud blackbird nearby. I think it's now all woven as much as I'm going to weave it. And I have just dug these 2 trenches just now. Look at the difference in colour of the soil from one side to the other. Can any geologists explain that for me? They're so close together but look so different. Yeah, it's quite hard going. We get a lot of rocks in this soil. Let me show you our finds. Quite a few very old nails and 1 tiny fragment of blue and white pottery. Now I find this, I'm surprised I didn't find more, because I found straight away as soon as we moved here and I started planting plants all around the garden, everywhere around here. I dig up tons of broken pottery and ceramics, and I started collecting it to begin with, but then they got so much that I've actually edged that border, although you can't see it from the overgrowth. But I started just edging it with all the pottery because there was just too much. But yeah, and then on the other side, a giant old nail, and I kid you not, some fossilised fairy wings. I'd hoped to find the rest of the fairy, but sadly I couldn't. I hope she didn't have her wings cut off for being naughty. I also found this really thick bit of glazed pottery here. What do you reckon? Medieval? ancient Roman. We're not too far off the Fossway, so it's not completely out of the realms of possibility. That's pretty chunky. But however, it was not far off of a plastic Bic biro wrapper, so perhaps it was just someone's homemade attempt at pottery. Yeah, so that came out of that trench. And I keep saying trench because me and Chris are actually re-watching Time Team right from the beginning, so of course I am imagining the most interesting finds. But speaking of finds, where the cows keep coming and saying hello to us, they have trampled this earth down quite significantly. You know, the posts of the fence are sort of just becoming completely loose, and just down here, just the other side of this fence, I noticed something strange. In fact, I might be able to see something else there, but I won't go and look while they're so close. So down there, what has been revealed is some tools. That, I don't know, it could just be one of those gas canisters that teenagers use to get high. A couple of old nails again. Oh, some more pottery. Look, this all came out, just came to the surface. Over there. Hello. Oh, it's 706101. Haven't seen you for ages. Hello. She is the one that made a right old racket when they first got into this field. She likes telling everybody what to do. But also, sadly, I think they revealed one of their ancestors. Look, I gathered it all here. I'm pretty sure that there is a cow tooth. I have no idea what all these other bits are. I mean, this bit almost looks like a nose. What do you reckon? Is that the nose bone? I did, of course, think I might have found a mammoth or something until we realised that that is definitely sawn. So it's probably just a butchered cow. This did used to be once a farmhouse, so again, not out of the realms of possibility. And a very heavy iron ring. Proper archaeologist me. Right, let me take you over here. So now, let me whisper because I need to get rid of this horrible scaffolding thing that previous owners had up for a washing line. But now I can stand here and they cannot see right into the garden from the living room opposite. I've stuffed all that bit up now with sticks and planks. We can definitely make that a bit thicker though. We cut down this ash that keeps growing. I swear I cut it down last year and it's grown that much in 1 year, but perhaps I'm wrong. So some of that has already gone in there. Ooh. And I also have more of this wood from Glastonbury Festival that I told you about before. So that I will stuff in there as well, and that way, and I can see a gap through there that way. That rose has now been tied up. This lilac will not flower, which is really sad, but at least it's quite pretty foliage. This is a wild bit of rose that I think has come off of a, you know, where it's been and different roses have been grafted onto it. But it makes quite a good, wild roses make quite a good hedge. So I think, again, I will get a bit of string around that and tie it up against the back there. Yeah, so we are getting there. All the bloody bramble is growing in the flower beds again. You're like, you look away for 5 minutes and it's full of it again. I had the hose pipe out today because look how brown the grass has got. I mean, it's the end of May. I've never known it so dry ever this early in the year. I tried to order a sprinkler, but they're all out of stock. I think everyone else has got the same idea as me. This one's absolutely fine, nice buds on it. But this one, there are, look, signs of green down here, so all might not be lost. We shall see. Same with this one. Again, that one absolutely fine, flourishing. This one looks dead as a dodo, but again, little leaves down there. Are they just weeds coming up through, or are they growing? I don't know, we'll see. I'm so annoyed though. One day I'm not watering. The honeysuckle is amazing at the moment, it smells divine, and the rose is coming out. Again, we need to get rid of the bramble as well. And I've done some art journaling today, which of course I have been filming for you, but that will be in another video.
Sorry, I forgot.
You are so notorious about your footwear. Just waiting for Rain to change out of her favourite white slippers. That emoji. that was a complete disaster. That didn't work at all. I knew I was being a little bit ambitious with the depth of those trenches and the height of the archway. But I'm still gutted. Because I think I've got the same problem as what happened before, is that I've just hit rock and I can't seem to get the spade to find the edges. I don't know. I shall think about it and let you know the riveting update on the archway in a future instalment. Oh dear. I'm off to bed. I've just realised I still have the Happy Mother's Day sign up. It's been a while. So yeah, it's been a few days again since I last saw you. I just thought I'd pop back and give you a little update. I have started editing this vlog and it's quite possibly the longest vlog I've ever done with the least amount of stuff happening in it, and I'm worried it's also the most boring vlog I've ever done. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I nattered on quite a lot in this video because obviously I missed talking to Chris. I couldn't talk to him for 2 weeks. He didn't have the capability to talk. He just didn't have the breath for it. So I think I'm afraid I used you instead to chat to. So I just thought I'd pop back and yeah, give you a little update. Luckily, Chris is recovering really well, actually. He's back at work, he's pottering about in the van conversion, not doing anything too strenuous. I won't let him. And he is still recovering. He won't admit it, but he does get a little bit more tired in the afternoon still. I think he should be napping, but he won't. Anyway, I have written that blog I mentioned, and actually I'm going to put it in the first line of the description because I spent a lot of time writing it because I really wanted it to be helpful. I didn't want it just to be an account, although I did find someone else's account when their husband had got coronavirus, and I found that quite sort of not comforting, but yeah, I suppose knowing that there's someone else in the same boat is always a little bit comforting. I do urge you to go and read it because I think there's some helpful information there, and I think there's a lot of people ignoring the guidelines. I mean, we've got a neighbour that's certainly not taking any notice and has got quite a few visitors over their house quite a lot of the time. Yeah, it certainly changes your perspective on things. And I'm still sort of, I think it took more out of me than I realised at the time it was happening. I'm very, very emotional now, even though it's been about a week, I think, since he was sort of over it. We knew he was getting better. But I just keep crying all the time. I keep crying at everything, and I'm guessing it's the sort of aftermath of it. And yeah, maybe I've finally had enough of lockdown as well. Maybe that's getting to me a bit. I think I'm going to finish this vlog here. I'm sorry I haven't shown you the upright finished archway yet. I mean, it's ridiculous how long this has taken me. I'm kind of wishing I'd never started, I'll be honest. But I did finish putting all the prunings and all that old wood that I think I showed you. That's all gone in the fence. And that first section of the garden now is bramble free. But because that's taken me so long to do, there are brambles cropping up all over the garden. It's just endless. I think I might resort to some hardcore weed colour, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, well done indeed. If you've made it this far, leave a sunshine emoji or write the word sunshine in the comments below, because the weather has changed and it's got cloudy and we want the sunshine back. But in a way it's kind of a relief, because when the weather's nice I feel like I have to be outside, and at least... Oh, Lyra! Cat's being cute with her toy. Now at least I can get the stuff done I needed to get done inside. Right, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out that link to my blog post, and don't forget to check out the other links as well if you're interested in anything you've seen in this video. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.